Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy. Students, as you all know, we are studying chapter number 8, Fire, Friend and Foe. And along with this chapter, we are having a poem, that is Meadow Surprises. Children, as you all know, it is written by, or you can say it is composed by Louis Bandit Phillips. And before going to start this poem, I would like to tell a very brief description of this Louis Bandit Phillips. That is, Louis was born on April 22, 1829. And she was a wealthy landowner and rancher in the Los Angeles. It means that she was a lover of nature. Many years of hers were spent in the lap of nature. So children, this is poem about nature. Meadows Surprises. Now first of all, we should know what is the meaning of meadow. Meadow, the meaning of meadow is field, a field of grass. Okay, children? A field of grass. Grass, everybody knows this, and this is not a new thing for us, that everywhere, wherever we are going on the pathway or the side of the road, we can see grass. So this is a field of grass. Now second is surprises. Second word is surprise. Surprise means, children, that is the feeling that you have when something happens that you do not expect. That you do not expect. Yes, that called surprise. Surprise means the feeling that you have when something happens that you do not accept. It means that you felt amazed about that because you cannot expect about that. So that is called surprise. So this is meadow surprises. It means the grass, the land of grass having surprises. There is wonderful things inside the meadows. So that the poet want to tell us. So now, first paragraph, before going to start first paragraph, we will read this, a short description which is given before poem. Walk across a green field, a park, or even under a clump of trees, and you will notice many wonderful things. What are some of the surprises a meadow has for someone with a keen eye and the sharp ear? So children, we have to be developed the ear, the keen eyes and the ear to hear and to see the beauty of nature, the chirping of the birds, and the sound which are coming from the air or the wind, and the fluttering of leaves, that we have to develop that type of the aesthetic sense in ourselves to understand the beauty of nature. So that is a poem about meadows surprises, amazing part of the meadows, a field of grass that is called meadows. Now we are going to start reading the first stanza of this poem. Meadows have surprises. You can find them if you look. Walk softly through the velvet grass and listen by the brook. Now children, here are so many things in the meadow. We cannot expect. It's having a lot of surprises that the poet wants to tell us. Meadows have surprises. You can find them if you look. We have to develop a keen eye. We have to develop aesthetic sense of watching this beauty of nature. And it lies inside the meadow, inside the land of grass, the beauty of nature. Walk softly through the velvet grass. The poet wants to tell us to walk softly on the velvet grass. The meaning of velvet is, I'm going to write over here what is the meaning of velvet, that is soft or smooth. That is velvet. The meaning of velvet is soft and smooth. And in which context we are using this and what is the real meaning? It's, you can say this is the type of cloth which is soft in nature. So I'm going to write the full meaning of velvet, that a small clothing and upholstery fabric. So children, the meaning of velvet is soft and smooth, and a clothing and the upholstery fabric, that is called velvet. Now here the poet describes that walk softly, and the poet instructs us that walk softly, walk slowly through the velvet grass. It means we should walk slowly and softly on the velvet grass, on the soft, smooth grass, and listen by a brook. Brook means a small flow of water. Now, children, write down what is the meaning of brook. Brook, a small flow of water. That is called brook. Now, brook means and a small flow of water. Now, poet tells us that we should go softly on the smooth grass and listen by the brook, and listen the soft sound of a small flow of water, which you can find inside or beside the meadow. So meadow is a land of grass, is a field of grass, and here Louis warns us that we should hear, we should listen, we should see the beauty of nature in meadows. And meadows having lot of surprises when we develop the keen eyes and ears to hear and to see. Now, next stanza. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup and unfold its drinking straw to sip the nectar cup. Now here, you may see a butterfly. If you are walking through the meadow, you might see a butterfly, which is roaming here and there, flying over on the flowers and rest upon the buttercups. Buttercups over here, a flower. Now write down the word meaning of buttercup. That is flower. That is flower. So buttercup. Buttercup, it means flower. When we are moving inside the meadows, on the meadows, then we can see flying butterflies which unfold its drinking straw. It means it's a straw. You cannot see the straw and they are sucking the nectar of the flower. So here nectar means, what do you mean by nectar? So we are going to see that the nectar, meaning of nectar is sweet liquid. Sweet liquid. Sweet liquid secreted by flowers. By flowers. That continuously a secretion is there, that is the sweet. The taste is sweet and the butterflies always flowing, always flying to sip or to suck that nectar from the flowers. So the poet tells us that whenever we are walking through the meadows, we can see these beautiful scenes that butterfly is flying here and there and it's sucking the nectar of the flower. That beautiful thing you can see, the colorful butterflies. And third stanza, that is, you may scare a rabbit who is sitting very still, though at first you may not see him, when he hops you will. Now here you can see, you may scare a rabbit. You can see a rabbit who is sitting still, not doing nothing, but is sitting still in a stationary position, and you can scare, you can give a tap on the rabbit or it can be scared. So though at first you may not see him, when he hops you will, because the nature of the rabbit is always hopping. So you might not be seen that hopping of the rabbit all the time. But whenever you are walking through the meadow, you can see, sometimes you can see the stand still rabbit on the field of grass. But sometimes you cannot see, because it's nature of a rabbit to hop here and there. So these two aspects of rabbit you can see in the meadow. Now next stanza. A dandelion whose fuzzy head was golden days ago has turned to airy parachutes that flutter then you blow. Now here the poet telling us about dandelion. Dandelion, I'm going to write the word meaning of dandelion. This is a wildflower with a yellow color. So dandelion, dandelion, a small wild plant with bright yellow flowers. With bright yellow flowers. So this is called dandelion. Dandelion is a small white plant with a bright yellow flowers. So the dandelion having a bright yellow flowers and fuzzy. Fuzzy means vague. Fuzzy means vague. Now fuzzy means vague. You can see and write down the word meaning, children. So fuzzy means vague. Now here the poet wants to tell us that a dandelion whose fuzzy's head was golden days ago has turned to airy parachutes that flutter when you blow. Now here a dandelion, a plant which are having a yellow bright flowers, it's having a fuzzy head. It means the leaves of the plant or the petals of the flowers is drying up and was a golden days ago. And it was a golden days ago in the past, but now it is drying up and has turned to airy parachutes. When the winds is blowing over there in the meadows, so what happened? The airy parachute, it's like looking up airy parachute and it is blowing in the air like a parachutes that flutter when you blow. When you are blowing this, you are just blowing this, then it's flutter in the air. So when it is dried up, so that it can be happen that whenever we are blowing our air or wind, so what happened, it can be flutter in the air and it can it's look like a parachute. Now the next stanza, explore the meadow houses, the burrows in the ground, a nest beneath tall grasses, the ants' amazing moons. Now here you can see, explore the meadow houses. Now here the poetess wants us to explore the beauty of the nature, and here we have already discussed about beautiful flowers, beautiful grass, beautiful butterflies and flowers, many flowers, buttercups. And we have talked about in the poem about the animal also, the rabbit and the other animal which we can see in the meadows. So here the poetess wants us to explore this beautiful nature of meadows. That is the other surprise you can see, you can overcome, that explore the meadow houses. So we have to explore. We should explore the meadow houses. It means we can see the houses of insects, birds, and you can say the houses, it's mean habitats. The habitats of insects, birds, butterflies, and animals, many animals you can explore in the meadows. So there is so many, lots of surprises you can find in the meadows. The burrows in the ground, near the meadow or inside the meadow, you can see burrow. Burrow, it's a hole. It's a burrow of rabbit, you can see, burrow of mule, you can see, burrow of anything you can see in the meadows. This is the beauty of meadow, that there you can able to see the houses, the habitats of the animals, insects, and you can say birds. So the burrow in the ground, a nest beneath tall grasses. Now the nest made by the birds, you also can see in the meadows. So meadows having lots of habitats of natural things. And the ants' amazing mounds. Mounds means, now I'm going to write over here. Mounds means an artificial hill. An artificial hill. That is called mounds. Mounds and artificial hill. And in the meadow, the poetess said that in the meadow you can see the mounds of the artificial hills of ants, smallest insect that houses or that hills, ant hills you can see in the meadow. So meadow is you can say it preserves all the habitats of the nature. Now next paragraph, meadows have surprises and many things to tell. You may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. Now again the poet is telling us that meadows have surprises. Meadows is an amazing place where you can get surprises each and every step. Each and every step, whenever you are moving in the meadow, you can see many amazing things and many things to tell, and there you can experience many things related to the nature. You can experience from there. You may discover these yourself. And this is not written, or this is not in the literature, this is not in any book you can find. You can explore yourself, because this is very important. If you explore yourself, so you will find peace and happiness there. So the place where there is no any artificial music or any artificial sound, you can see, you can listen the beautiful music, the beautiful sound of nature. That we should develop that skill to if you will discover the beauty of nature, you can look and listen well. It means when you develop the skill of listening, skill of experiencing, then you can feel good. You feel good that place, because it will not be a boring place for you, but it is the place of peace and happiness. It will be a place of happiness and peace, and you will enjoy over there. So that is why poetess wants to tell us that be aware about these things, because beauty of nature lies in the eyes of beholder. The beauty is if we can see the beauty of nature, so it lies in the beholder. It means whenever we are watching something, whenever we are going through any place, so if the beauty inside our eyes, so everything will look fine and beautiful to us. So this is very important thing that the Louis Brandt Phillips wants to tell us. So this is the poem about the beauty of nature and the meadows surprises, as we have learned that what is the meaning of meadow surprises. That is the meaning of the grass, land of grass, which is full of surprises, which is full of amazing things. That first we have done that the velvet grass, beautiful smooth green grass, and the brook, a small flow of water we have seen, and the butterfly, the beautiful colorful butterflies you can see over there. And what you can see, that is when the butterfly is sipping the nectar from the flower, and you can see many animals over there like a rabbit. It is also described in the poem. And dandelion, the very beautiful plant which is having a beautiful yellow bright color flowers that we can see in the meadow. And the next thing that we can explore the habitat of many insects, many birds and animals. So we can explore over there. So the meadow is full of surprises. Now the burrows and we can see the ants hill over there. And meadows have surprises. What a beautiful thing we can see over there, because it's having it's a bundle of surprises. And when we are explore it, when we are going to open it, then the surprises will come one by one to us. So many things to tell. The poetess is telling us that many things to tell, but the time is less, so it is better when you are going to explore, you are going to look for that, and you are going to listen this beautiful sounds and beautiful things, that you can experience these beautiful things. And this is the poet suggests us to go through the meadows surprises, and you can gain lot of happiness, lot of joy from there. And this is based on your own experience. So children, this is a beautiful poem composed by Louis Brandt Phillips. And now we are going to complete exercise working with the poem. So children, please note it down, these word meanings. Take a screenshot, and we are going to complete this working with the poem. We are going to do working with the poem. Working with the poem. First is, read the lines in which the following phrases occur. Then discuss with your partner and the meaning of each phrase in its context. So we have to write, or we just go through this poem, and we just find out that phrase is written where, and the meaning of that, what is the meaning inside that stanza that we are going to tell over here. So the first is velvet grass, as we have seen in the very first stanza of this poem, that is velvet grass. Velvet grass. That the meaning of velvet grass is soft grass of meadows. Soft grass of meadows. Okay, children? Now second is drinking straw. Drinking straw, that we have already discussed in the poem, that it referred to the part from which from which the butterfly sips the nectar. That is called straw. So children, write it down and complete this, and rest of the exercise we will do in the next video. So till then, bye bye and take care. Note it down. So children, note it down, and we will meet again